Let's go. Oh, oh, alrighty then. Well, hello everyone. Uh, I also have another guest with me. Joey, hello.
Hello, Kelpill.
Hello, Joey.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm so glad you decided to join me on this final chat log reading. Now, it's a little bit of a misnomer. This is the last recorded chat log reading, and is the final 2 days of my chatting with Jorrun. However, we still have the rest of June to record, so there's probably like 3 more chat log readings left, and then we will have
Ooh,
recorded all of it.
nice.
Yeah,
Then you'll have to write some more.
that's that's right. I'll have to just it'll be like part two, Jorrun Strikes Back or something.
See, Tron knows it. Blinding! You son of a bitch!
There you go. Would you like to say hello to everyone?
There are two kinds of people in this world, Kelpill.
Really?
Those with guns and those who dig. You dig.
No, I have guns.
Oh, then I guess I'm digging.
You're digging. I am a proud firearm owner.
Tron, what was the name of the unmarked grave where the gold was buried?
There was a name?
Well, that was the trick. Spoiler alert. It wasn't the unknown grave. It was the grave next to the unknown grave.
Uh,
Arch Stanton.
Art, what? Arch who?
Arch Stanton.
I've never seen that film.
Still.
One of the many.
Yeah. So what do you got? You got Lawrence Burnphone is here, and Dondi is here.
Yes.
Slothcat, and Tron, and Hiroshima, and Kitty Velociraptor, and Callie Slime Bucket Witch Lady, and some jealous basement dweller.
Woohoo.
Cookie Whoopie Pie. Schrodinger's Garage. I think that's it.
I think that's, excellent. Well, before we get started, I'm curious to know what is your creative process, since, Jorrun was so into the creative process of voicing Jorrun? Like, what do you do? Do you, like, wear a gold shoe or...
No, that's not really it. I did in the beginning. I practiced his laughs, and it got too hard. Like I can't really do the laughs; they're hard to do unless I'm like listening to it like 20 times in a row. Then I can kind of do it. So I got the yaha down, and that was it really. But he has like 20 different laugh styles, or maybe 15 different laugh styles.
He does, and he employs them in very, very like different ways.
And I'm just not that good. So I just do one.
But you have become the Jorrun that everyone hears in their head now.
Well, I feel bad for everybody. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get started.
What's fun to do with Jorrun is that he's very condescending, yet very, I don't say very stupid, but he thinks he's much brighter than he is, and he's very condescending to people.
Yes.
So he has that arrogance, but it's like a false sense of arrogance, which I think is hilarious. Like, that's my favorite Lorne. People have like crying Lorne and raging Lorne. Like, false, arrogant, smug Lorne is my favorite Lorne. I got you by the balls, that kind of Lorne.
I love the Lorne that is so at ease and comfortable and thinks that he is running everything, that he lets his guard down and you can, like, any question he'll answer because he feels like he's on top of the mound,
Right. And George just had, like, if Jorrun, like, maybe if he did more meth or cocaine or something like that, he would be like Ed Wood. He would make these stupid videos into, like, real movies. He'd be running around, doing this horrible shit, just thinking it's great, whipping out a 90-minute movie in a week.
Oh, yeah. And getting, just bums and, whoever he could find to act in it.
Just manic energy just to put together his vision. Even though it's the shittiest vision ever, like, he would do it.
Yes. Ooh, Jessica's here. Hi, Jessica. Shall we start?
It's up to you. You got the controls, man.
Well, I think we're going to start. Let me... Ooh, this was a serious one that I did with serious music.
Ooh, serious music.
And yes, this will cover July 3rd and July 4th of 2020. So these are the last 2 days before the expose really hit.
Right. That's when and he hadn't talked to you for a few days before this because he was busy with the black chick from Cali.
Yes.
And Mackenzie Cheese.
That's right.
So he ditched you for those two.
He thought he was going to trade up, like, for a sure thing. You know, I was off limits, so he could only go so far with me.
And the Cali chick, he said, had a great personality, and they clicked.
Yes.
But Mackenzie was showing boobs.
I mean, she started off, strong with the photos.
He didn't know which way he wanted to go yet.
No. Little Kelpish was
dreams,
brushed aside.
Or boobs. Yeah, you were third fiddle on that one at that time.
I was. And Hiroshima, no, if you rearrange the letters in Kelpish, you do not get Wine Lover. Nope.
Are you sure about that? I'm gonna get my pencil.
No, everyone knows it's Ember and Fierno. If you rearrange the letters in Kelpish, you get Ember and Fierno.
Right.
It's a simple thing. All right. Sorry, there's a little intro music, guys.
I know you would. You are so good to me.
And I always reply to his comment, making fun of him. And then if other peeps notice, they join in. And it's not the kind of insults that would make him want to engage more.
Ooh, those are the best kind.
Let me find it.
I have to say, the best part of Vince trolling me Monday night was watching the ladies time him out and block him. How? I love that.
He really thought it was Vince.
Right, because Vince had a thing with Wes and with other people.
Right.
And so that was his badge of honor to get trolled by Vince. And he thought it was Vince because he used Vince a couple times in his roast.
Oh, he came at Vince hard, is I think what he said.
Yeah, he hit him twice, right? I hit him twice.
Double tap.
So humiliating for any man. Desirable woman rejecting your very presence so definitively.
Exactly.
Sexy blocked him. Sexy, beautiful gave an amazing insult. You couldn't wipe the smile off my... different women, and their nicknames were Sexy Blank, and Beautiful Blank.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's how I refer to all my female friends, too.
Face.
We take care of our own. Situations like that turn us all into cave bears and or tigresses protecting our family. It's hardwired in strong females.
I fucking love it. I'll be honest as possible about this. I have moments where I really am tempted to end my channel. Let the troll win, and I don't have to worry about him ruining my mood or, much worse, my hard-earned reputation.
He would never... He wore this like a badge of honor. At this point, he would never take down his channel for getting attacked by Vince.
Leave his insults behind me.
I know I would feel similarly.
But seeing how much has had my back during this, even reading some comments from the ladies, these people don't just like me, they love me.
Well, yeah, silly. We've formed a quirky family here. For a lot of people, this community is the only place they feel like they can be completely themselves. People are going to fight for that.
Also, the double whammy was that my channel didn't get a single sub in 2 weeks.
He's so concerned about...
You know what he reminds me of is how he knows all the women in the chat. I'm sorry, all the women in the chat.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't really mention the men, but he knows all the women, and they all have little nicknames. That reminds me of that first interview Lauren did with the public.
Oh.
Like the live interview he did.
Yes.
And how it worked was, if you guys don't know, Ember was on the phone with him, and Ember was holding the phone, like, to the computer. So we would say our questions, and Lauren could kind of hear it, but Ember would repeat our questions to Lauren, and before answering the questions, Lauren would say... Is that a man or a woman?
Right.
And if it was a man's question, he would give like a 2-word answer and then move on.
Yeah. I think I still have that recording somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's unlisted somewhere. It had been growing by a sub or 2 every day. That discouraged me. But seeing all my friends in the stream and going back and reading comments on my videos, a lot of people appreciate my talent. And they'd be genuinely sad if I left.
There would be a gaping hole if you left us now. Jorrun, something would be missing. You are our bard and our knight.
So cringy.
Our bard. Man, say that 5 times faster.
Kisses your hands.
Aw.
I caught a little bit.
He loved doing the
My fair damsels, their lives would be ruined if the Jorrun went away.
That's right. Kisses your hand.
I shall kiss
Chef's
all
stream.
the sexy ladies' hands,
That's right.
for they love me.
They do. They do, Jorrun. Wait. Now you're messing me up. I don't know who's who.
Today, I didn't comment much. And he started with the piece you made for him.
Aw,
And I was like, damn, that is such a good composition.
that really touches my heart. Thank you.
All the callbacks to a children's story.
Hiroshima, I see you trying to cause chaos about saying the Spartans sucked each other's toes to build bonds, and we know that is categorically untrue.
Destroyer 22, we used to tease Yap Yap because that was about the only woman around at the time that he didn't hit on. So we'd always tease her for that.
But she wasn't even really around. I mean, I'm sure if he had heard the Michelle Simpson calls, he would have been smitten. He just didn't know any pornography, unfortunately.
Mike Litteris, I actually went to school with a kid named Michael Hunt. And after like a year of having Mike Hunt in your class, like it's not a thing anymore. Like it was funny for a couple of months, but then it was like that was really the kid's name.
Really?
So we didn't laugh at it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. You became impervious.
And yet nods to other community members. And you were still kind of new when you made it. Just incredible.
You and he definitely are my best friends in the church. I treasure you both.
Ah, I hope to release some new stuff soon. I am going to put out a couple of teasers, but I don't want to put out the teasers until I actually have made a couple of episodes in both of the new series.
That's a huge compliment. Before I forget, do you know the thing you do sometimes that is huge to me?
Uh-oh.
Absolutely huge.
Wiggle my butt. Just kidding. I don't. What is it?
Ah! The rare occasion. What do you do that's so special to him?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Then you call me sir. Because
Of course it's that. Of course it's that.
the sir from you is a word away from a sir spoken by any other woman's.
Well, yeah. It has an ocean of meaning in it. I couldn't tell you where that threshold is of what would prompt me, but I will say that if that is what I am inspired to say, I would never artificially refrain from using it.
What matters is not where the threshold is. The point is that it exists.
Yeah, that's very true.
The last sub that I was chasing, she started calling me master again.
Note the word chasing. The last sub I was chasing, not actually had a relationship with.
Right, but she's calling him master again now?
Yes, in a non-romantic.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Like, that would be a huge turnoff if they called me, like, sir.
What do you
Because
want?
it's so formal.
Well, but that's part of the dynamic.
Right, but see, I don't like that.
What do you want to be called?
I don't know. Like, maybe you're just moaning such, horrible noises because you're in sex ecstasy. You can't even say a name.
You're
just making, like, grunting sounds.
You're
just squealing in pleasure that you can't even say a name. That's what I want to be called.
Is this one of your, like, altered state stories again? Are we going to go into, like, waking up in a zoo?
No.
Yeah. You go. Anyway.
Ooh. And?
I know She's not going to get romantically involved with me. That's not the point. The point is, in her heart, I'm her master. That's what really matters.
I don't think that's what is happening.
No, see, Daddy's gross too. Like, I don't want to be called Daddy.
No, Daddy's weird.
No, Daddy's weird. I'm not into that. I'm not into Sir.
Hey, you, fucker.
Baby's always good. Like, hey, baby. That's always good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll put that out on the forum.
No,
so
not
everyone
Pappy.
knows.
No, Pappy's too weird. No.
Yeah, Pappy would be. It's yeah. Just no.
My cave lioness is triggering me a little bit, and I would never question your ability to read people.
I would never question anything about Jorrun ever.
That being said, the question that immediately came to mind was,
That's incredibly sweet of you.
what does she want? That's just me being protective, because some women walk on that line for very specific purposes. Because, my dear, you are the epitome of the romantic.
Yes, that's just you being protective and not being a genie who adores her master and doesn't want anything bad to happen to him. Ha ha ha!
You know, and I started to like review the rest of June, and by this time, like he is calling me his genie like full time.
Right.
Like it's just you're like you need to, you know, he greets me by saying like rubs on your lamp. And
see, people weren't really trolling him. I mean, he had, a couple people trolling him. But nobody really knew about the genie stuff. And everybody was kind of putting up with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew of him, and I wasn't trolling him, but, like, I remember you mentioned him to me, and I was like, what are you doing with that guy? And why are you talking to that guy? And when he did that,
the Sex Armstrong style?
the director's cut of it. Yeah, and you were like, oh, what do you think of it? I was like, oh, yeah, it's great, Kelp. And you're like, no, seriously, what do you think of it? I'm like, I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah.
He was a weirdo.
And I just, like, I try to go back to my mindset of that time. And I think I was just such a new, content creator. I just saw Lauren quotes. I mean, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But in retro, now listening to like our recreation of it, it's so bad. It's so.
Yeah, but he mentions genies like all the time.
Yeah.
You just didn't pick up on it.
No, I didn't. I think I became. You know how you can become like nose blind to something? Like I became genie blind in his chat. Like I just didn't even notice it. It was weird.
Yeah, that too, of course. I guess what I would be looking for is this. Do her words match her actions?
Here is the truth as I see it. She specifically broke up with me because of the distance. She's practical. She wasn't going to give up her career and life there to move to America.
Does she say nothing romantic and yet uses her womanly wiles? The female powers and such. Ooh, that explains a lot. So some of this is protecting herself from getting hurt.
Ding 2, she adores me, really worships me, thinks I am phenomenally talented, appreciates so much my encouragement, and values me highly in general. Plus, now is he flat out lying, or did she tell him that? Nobody thinks he's amazingly talented. Like nobody could actually think that.
No, I think there's either two things happening here. Either she totally brushed him off, and he's just making it up, or she's one of those people he met through like maybe the music community or the burlesque community that he's a part of locally.
Right.
And she's just being like polite to keep him at bay. And she probably called him master like once like on accident or something.
Accident. Most single subs appreciates having a dom around to command her to be productive.
I fucking hate that. That is so...
What?
He's like, most subs, even if they're single, need a master to like help them be productive because submissives would be just helpless babes in the woods.
Right. It's
Without
like that movie,
a
The
dom.
Minions, where all the minions like always focus on the most evil person in history.
Yes.
You know, whether it's Napoleon or a Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever. And if there's no evil people around, then they have nothing to do. Like, they don't know what to do.
Right.
Because their whole life is just to help out evil people.
That's his view of dominant and submissive people. That submissives need a dominant person in their life, or they will literally just sit there and not even feed themselves. Like, it's so bad.
Where is she located? And damn, she sounds perfect for you.
Correct. She's young, but very smart. I don't feel her using any on me. I get a sense of sincerity and integrity. Montreal. She has this cute accent.
Aw, a Quebecois. How young.
And you know how I love hearing French.
Oui, oui.
Either she is perfect for me, or you are. As I said, the universe is testing me this year. I keep meeting incredible subs I simply cannot have. And that's not a joke. This is some sort of training ground. It's making me stronger and better. I can feel it. Whether I become a diamond or a pearl, it's real, very real. It's a test.
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit.
That's a good way to look at it. You know, he's getting dumped by women all over the place. And he's like, well, the universe is testing me. You know, I find all these women, I'm in love with them. They don't love me back, but the universe is testing me. And I'll come out stronger.
That's a good, turning a negative into a positive, I suppose.
Yeah, that's great.
I can't stop listening to this fucking song. It's too good.
Yeah, you're right. What song?
Pajama-rama. I'm stuck in a loop.
Well,
Jorrun's stuck in a loop.
Pajama-rama.
What?
Pajama-rama.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's Froxy music.
Why are they all teasing you about Roman rats? What's that Roman rats about?
They're trying to derail the stream by saying historically inaccurate things.
They didn't have rats in ancient Rome?
No, they did. They did.
Okay.
I mean, there was waves of plague that the rats, probably carried lots of things. A rat war. Okay, now we're bringing up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, they're talking about a Trojan. It wasn't a Trojan rat. It was a cow dressed like a woman
No.
with like long hair.
It was. Don't join them. Don't join. Don't choose chaos.
Yeah.
It was everyone knows it was a horse.
The horse. That's right.
It was a horse. Do you know that part of the Iliad, or that part of the Trojan War story, isn't even in the Iliad?
Oh, where did it come from? Monty Python?
No, no. There's like stories of the Trojan War by Quintus somebody that were written down much later.
From Gladiator. His buddy was Quintus.
The backstabber.
I love that. Holy Grail. When they do they build that whole Trojan horse and they wheel it in. And they're like, all right, great. What's the next step? And we wait till they fall asleep and then we come out, we kill them.
But it wasn't a Trojan horse. It was a rabbit.
The rabbit, yeah. Meanwhile, they're still outside of the castle.
Yes. I like when they're running up to the castle and it's like far away, far away, far away, and then bam.
Right.
Lancelot's like right there.
They had to film some of that on the slide. There was one of the castles in that movie is like a little castle. There's a castle that's on this tiny little island.
Yes.
And they filmed some scenes there, and they had to film another scene there. And they got stopped, and they're like, there's no filming here. You can't film here. And they said, oh, okay. And then they like went back the next morning, like at dawn, and filmed it really quick and ran away.
I think I've heard that story. Omega Aber. It is a fake chat log. I wrote all of it. That's all I do, actually, is I've been taking years to write this chat log.
It's a fake chat log. Just like that picture of Mike Manzi at work was fake. Everything is fake.
Everything isn't real.
Up. Send me the link.
I heard the Sheila chat log was real, though.
It really happened.
It really happened.
Link.
Diamonds may be your best friend, but like laughter after tears, I'll follow you to the end.
and he sends a link to Roxy Music Pajama-rama.
Ugh.
Yes. I am terrible with song names.
It's not like it's mentioned in the song.
Did you ever get into the band Japan? They had a similar sound, but with a little more Asian flair, not surprisingly.
No, one of those bands I've always heard the name of and never investigated.
Japan? I've never heard of Japan.
I'm sure Jorrun has never heard of Japan either. It was they were popular around the same time Duran Duran was popular.
Never heard. No, Lazy Coyote. The King Rat is in Maine. What was that Stephen King story, Night Shift, right?
Isn't a king rat like a bunch of rats together?
Where they had to go clean out that building that nobody had been in forever, and like at each floor they went down, the rats got bigger and bigger until there was like a giant blind rat down there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've read Night Shift.
That was in Maine.
It's a Stephen King novel, isn't like all Stephen King shit in Maine?
Oh, yeah, no, but the rats in New York City, they just did a study on them that they're bigger and smarter than rats were 50 years ago. So they've gotten a lot bigger and a lot smarter.
I bet they.
I like that one. There was a picture maybe 10 years ago of a rat going down to the subway stairs, and it had a slice of pizza in its mouth, and it was dragging it down the stairs.
Nuh-uh.
Somebody filmed it. Yeah, it was great.
They are evolving, don't they? They are evolving.
Dawn now.
Eep. I'm sorry. Do you get today off?
Yes. First, we were open on the 4th. Then no. Then we were open today. Then no. Turns out I didn't work this week at all. I have a ton more to tell you. We could do a call this weekend, assuming you can still talk to me without losing your self-control.
Evil grin. A call sounds great.
I picked up.
I so regret not calling him because I would have gotten the scoop on everything.
Now, you guys talked on the phone. What did you guys talk about on the phone?
I wish I could remember. Honestly, I like.
Was it just like this? He just talked about,
Oh yeah,
his trouble with subs and.
He did 80% of the talking. I would chime in to ask him a question, and then he would run with it for 40 minutes.
Because generally he talks about two things. He talks about subs.
Yes.
And how he's a master.
Yes.
And he talks about his channel and how talented he is.
Yes. Yes.
And that's really the two things that he'll talk about. He doesn't talk about his friends, really.
No.
Or his family.
No.
Or his job.
No.
Or anything that happened in his life. He doesn't see movies or
popular culture.
Sports. Or, there's nothing really else he speaks of.
And I brought up, I think it was in May when we were talking, there was that one, the Kyle Rittenhouse event. And I was like, oh, I can't even remember the city now.
Oh, he didn't even want to talk about it, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh, we might have a political disagreement. I don't even want to converse with you about it. Because we might not be on the same side politically.
That's right. He didn't even want to talk about it.
No.
I remember that.
Mm-mm. He's like, oh, we're not going to talk about this. I'm like, okie dokie, let's move on.
My guitar and learn Pajama-rama. I love being obsessed.
Sweet.
Only 4 chords, but odd ones.
We can also use the voice channels in Salmon's server, too.
Nice! Finally!
See, I
Since
agree
we are
that
on
rats
level
do control humans because people are terrified of rats. And, people normally aren't scared of house cats, but if a rat comes out, it'll clear a room. But
yeah.
I wouldn't say, you don't really see rats. You see them at night in the distance, running really fast. So it's rare that you really get to see one unless it's dead. And I wouldn't say they're bigger than cats. They're bigger than mice, but they're not bigger than cats.
Maybe small cats?
Well, kittens, maybe. But no, they're smaller, much smaller than house cats.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and you don't really see them. You find the evidence of them, or you just catch a glimpse. They're pretty. They want to stay unseen.
Kind of like house centipedes.
Yeah, but house centipedes are solitary.
Right.
You don't see 10 house centipedes gathered together because that would just be fucking absolute horror.
I mean, they're scared. If there were like aliens monitoring us, they would look like house centipedes.
House centipedes are smart too, and they're quick.
They are.
Like they'll hang out like in the dark room and wait for you to turn the light off. And when you turn the light off, then they'll come out,
That's right.
run along the wall, and if you spot it, it'll run. I mean, it's fast. Like it's like really fast. Like it'll outrun you.
Um, Lazy Coyote is asking you, do you think 3 mice could take on a rat?
Do I think 3 mice could take on a rat?
Yeah.
No. I would think it would have to be like 8 or 10 mice, because I mean, mice aren't really like, they what do they eat? Like, just like cheese and shit, right? Like they're not. Nobody ever gets bit by a mouse. You know what I mean? So I would think it would take at least 10 mice to take down a rat, maybe more.
That's a very good headbutt. I'm not marrying you, and I don't think Joe. Are you in a?
Well, see,
Can you officiate
take
a
on the Russian
wedding?
army, like it could be from disease, though. Like the rats could spread disease.
Well, the
And then
mice
technically the rats took them down.
and mice can spread disease too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 They don't like to get vaccinated, mice or rats.
They do not.
No,
They're very anti-vaccine.
they are. They're quite anti-vax.
Yes.
They don't wear masks. They don't get their shots.
What type of scorpion are you talking about, Mark Sanoob? I mean, are you talking emperor scorpions? Because those look bad, but they're pretty much harmless. You need those little iridescent scorpions that are poisonous as hell. Those could pack a wallop.
See, I used to live out in the boondocks for a while, and I called them sprickets, but they're cave crickets in the basement.
Oh, cave crickets. Yes.
And they're crickets, but they look like spiders.
They do.
They look like spiders, but they're crickets, and they're huge, and they're like pretty much blind, and they like to live in damp, dark areas. So you'd go down in the basement where it would be damp, and you'd turn the light on, and you'd see like 6 or 8 of them on the ground, and they would all start jumping away from you, but they don't know where you are, so they're jump like 5-6 feet in the air.
5-6 feet in the air. I don't believe you.
And they'll hit you, like they'll jump right in your face.
They'll hit you in the face?
They can't hurt you or anything, but they're just so gross and ugly, they're terrifying.
Headbutt wants to know if you have a beard.
I don't, right at the moment, I have a little goatee, but I don't have a beard. I've had a beard.
You have?
Yeah.
How long did
I went and saw, I had a beard for, maybe 5 years or so.
How long
I
did
went and
you
saw
let
an
your
R-rated
beard?
movie. When I was, how old was I? I was 25, and I went to see an R-rated movie, and I didn't have ID on me.
They didn't
And
let you in?
they said, "You have ID," and I said, "Well, there's no drinking in here, And they're like, "Well, no, it's rated R." And I said, "How old do you think I am? Like 15?" They wouldn't let me in.
Nuh-uh.
And I saw, when I was 11, 12, I was going to see R-rated movies.
What movie were you trying to see?
I don't remember. It was like Jay and Silent Bob or something like that.
Oh my
And
god.
and they wouldn't let me in, and I was fucking pissed. And I look, and I'm like, I had like a baby face. I was like, fuck this. So I didn't shave.
How long did your beard get?
I didn't have it long. Like, no, it's like it gets scratchy and itchy, and I would always touch it.
Oh, you always did like the strokey beard meeting?
Yeah, I didn't like that. So I had it for a while, and then then I eventually started looking my age, so I shaved it off.
And then you just shaved off everything, and now you look like
But that's the
Slenderman.
thing, is like it's easy to shave. You say, "Oh, I don't want to shave," but when you don't have a beard, it's really easy because you just you're just making it clean. When you have a beard, you can either grow it out and like never shave it,
Right.
which drives me crazy, or then you have to trim it, and then it's a
Yes.
pain in the ass when you got to trim it.
Exactly. You got to upkeep. There's like a whole budding facet of retail now just devoted to men's beard care.
Well, now the long beard is in, so they sell the beard wax, and you just let it grow, and you don't shave it.
Ah, beard balm smells so good though.
Mm.
It's like all spicy. Anyway.
No, it wasn't really puby, and I kept it pretty short.
Ew. Like Jorrun.
Right.
I would think you'd have a little more class.
And I'm not like the hairiest guy, so it doesn't, like my cheeks Like it didn't grow up on my cheeks like that.
Oh, you couldn't connect
Right.
all the parts?
No, it connected. Everything connected, but it was like thinner on the sides.
Yeah, that, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Any more beard questions for Joey? Before we
I'm not a
continue?
beard expert. I'm really not.
All right, I think we've addressed all the facial hair questions.
2 now. We have a 256 kpbs room.
Woot!
Now, is it true?
Is that a lot
the
of
ancient Greeks used to shave off their beards so that other soldiers couldn't grab it and fight with them?
Wait, what?
I heard that they started shaving so people couldn't grab onto their beard and like pull it
But they would wear
and
helmets.
stab them with a pointy spear.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to fact check that.
Right. Fact check that.
Yeah, I will.
I think it came from fighting.
Oh, it makes sense. I mean, to keep them, you know.
It's like the linemen in the NFL, the offensive linemen. Those
What-
guys that are like 350 pounds. And
Yeah.
you're wondering, why do they all wear the tightest shirts in the world, right? If you ever look at them. Like the guys that in the winter, when the breath is coming out of their mouth, those are the guys wearing the really short sleeve shirts that are super tight. And it takes like 2 trainers to get the shirt over their shoulder pads and on their body.
That's a pretty tight shirt.
And they do that so that opponents can't grab their shirt.
Oh.
There's nothing to grab because it's so tight.
Omega A Bear, yes, I have a beard. Yes, I do.
See, beard for women is something that shouldn't come into style.
It should?
It should, yeah. I mean, there's just like, that's like maybe the new thing, beards for women.
Like beards for kids?
Yeah, like beards for kids.
Yeah, sure. Would you donate to me?
Sure.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
excellent. Oh, what am I doing? I'm messing shit up. There we go.
KBPS?
Honestly, I have no idea. But it's double what we had previously.
That sounds good. I'm gonna go to bed, but first, if you are a good little praying sub, I'll give you a choice of news.
Who would like a choice of news? You only get one news.
It was fabulous.
He's trying to make it like more important or something. I don't know, and get me invested or care, or I don't know what he's trying to do with this scheme.
To catch up. Ooh, I am the best sub. Sir, may I choose?
As a taster to our call, pick a category: creativity or women's.
Now, I picked creativity, but I so wish I would have picked women or woman,
Right?
because I would have gotten all the stuff. But I didn't. I chose creativity. But I didn't want him to think that I cared, which I didn't. And I didn't know anything
Schumacher
was
is
going
great
on.
because Schumacher, every arrest photo, he's got a different hair. Like he'll be bald, or he'll have dreadlocks, or he'll have a beard. Like he's always got something new going on. I love it. He's like a hipster that way.
He is a hipster.
Kind of like Cody Green. Cody Green's RSO picture every year is different.
It is.
That's the only one I look forward to because he has a different look like every year.
Oh, come on. You know you're watching Lauren's.
Yeah, but Lauren's are pretty much the same. Like you got to do the spread over like 12 years to see the difference in Lauren's pictures. But Cody changes it up all the time.
He does change it up. Like different, yeah, he does. Different hairstyles.
Oh, Ilrig is here.
You may.
did great as Ambrosio's dad.
Yeah, big ups, Ilrig FBI.
Good job.
Good job.
Creativity.
Wednesday of this week was the most creative day as a content creator of my life.
Yay, how so?
My output was enough to make a sub's panties go wet by virtue of all the masculine alpha energy displayed.
What the fuck, Jorrun?
What the fuck?
Did he just say that?
I just said what the
Really?
fuck, and then my other self said what the fuck.
I know, right? It was like Inception. What the fuck?
Yeah, what
But
he
who
said
says
was
that.
What? Who says what the fuck? You
No,
do.
who says that he's going to make everybody's panties wet with his alpha male energy?
Oh, well, he's been saying shit like that to me like the whole chat log.
That's crazy.
It's crazy talk, right?
My output was enough to make a sub's panties go wet by virtue of all the masculine alpha energy displayed.
That's what I thought he said. Yeah, okay. Okay, just checking.
I didn't get one singing video done, or two, but 3.
Gasp. No.
And we all know the high quality singing videos.
Now, how
Jorrun
does he
puts
know
out.
he got everybody's panties wet? Did he take a poll?
No, he just
Did he
knows.
ask random women? I mean, how does he know? Or did he play it for a group of women and then all of a sudden, like, he had to put galoshes on? Like, how did he know he made everybody's panties wet?
Maybe he like shopped it around, got focus groups. I don't know. Maybe he's like hooked up to the Nielsen ratings.
And he's probably trying to make you feel left out. Like, oh my God, all these other women
Oh yeah,
are feeling sexual to him. There's something wrong with you if you don't feel that way.
Yeah, I'm supposed to join in or something. I don't know. Yeah.
No way. In one day.
I won't say it was impossible, but nearly impossible. 1 cover song, 1 original song, and 1 comedy song. None easy to do if I say so myself.
That is simply amazing. And you are satisfied with all the results? I know you have really high standards when it comes to the quality of your work.
Very.
Yay. A little weird emoji.
It was 1 part goal setting, 1 part luck. The first song came out in 1 take. That is rare.
One take, Jorrun, right?
He's always 1 take. Did he ever do anything a second take?
I don't think so.
That what was the skit he did with Baked Salmon, the Smart one with Clobber?
Yeah, Professor Armstrong.
Right, he did 2 takes with that, right?
Yeah, he did 2 takes with Sex Armstrong style, but he only he never edited anything in the second take. He just did that take.
Right, he just did the whole thing again, right?
Yeah.
Because Clobber did too many mini-syllables.
Yeah.
And Danny wasn't loud enough.
Danny wasn't loud enough.
But Salmon, I almost took a knee at that one point. Oh, so good.
It was so good.
Second was pretty easy. I just have 1 more challenging song to record, and my slate is wiped clean. Oh, the cover song is Suddenly.
That is wonderful.
Just to correct you, Omega Abear rats are not an alien species, and the Mesopotamians didn't worship them. However, there is a temple in India devoted to rats. So there's that.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Rose.
It sounds like you are managing work and YouTube amazingly well.
Well, I had a very bad week last week. Got little done. I think it's the AC. I felt depressed, tired, anxious, out of nowhere.
You think he's talking about not having AC, but he's actually talking about having AC and it making him feel bad in the middle of summer.
Then he can turn it off.
This week, I was the Stefan you know and love. I am off to bed. Tight squeeze. Don't work too hard. Best sub ever.
AC.
I'm best sub ever. Ha.
Do you think Jordan was a big fan of Willard?
The movie Willard?
Yeah. With the rats?
Oh, the rats.
Ben? Oh, Ben came out first, right? Because Michael Jackson did that theme song for Ben, remember?
Yes.
Ben. And then Willard, I think, was the sequel.
I thought Willard was based on a book.
I don't know.
Air conditioning?
Yes, I installed it just 2 weeks ago.
Woohoo! BSE. I'm confused. I may have already lost my title.
Trophy.
How could having AC be anything but lavish and fabulous? Also, I was testing different ways to read the JPW book. Want to hear one of the examples?
It keeps me cool, but recycled air? I like it fresh. Yes, do it quickly, or I'll bottle you up.
I post a recording.
See,
Spoken
he
like
likes
a
fresh
true.
air, and then he immediately says he's going to throw you in a stale, dank bottle.
Yay!
Cork it.
That's right. Keep me at the ready on
Right.
his.
The master only gets the clean air. The genie gets the dirty, stale air.
Well, he's always like blowing down the spout. Like, who wants like dirty breath air? Ugh.
All right, now women in the chat, you can discuss amongst yourselves, or you can comment. Kelpill, let's say you went out on a first date with a guy,
Okay.
and you go back to his house,
Okay.
and he has genie bottles everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts talking about like, what kind of costumes do you like? And you're like, oh, well, I like to dress up like a princess. And he's like, well, what about like a genie? Would you start getting scared at that point?
No. I'd be like,
Because
I would tell him
kind of like a horror movie. Like he's gonna throw you in a genie outfit, and then throw you in like a life-size bottle.
Oh, kind of like the Cannibal Cop and like the human size oven.
Right, but I could see like if what is the lottery? It's like $1 billion. Let's say Jorrun wins the lottery. Like he's gonna fucking buy like a 12-foot tall genie bottle, complete with like a sofa inside of it.
Oh, probably.
He's gonna get it like handmade. It's gonna cost him like millions of dollars. Beautiful 12-foot tall bottle.
With a little
And then
door.
he's gonna capture somebody and just throw him in there.
He is not. He is such a pussy.
Oh yeah, but no, he would.
He would not. I could probably beat up Jorrun.
Mm.
You don't think I could?
Well, maybe, but there's he's gonna capture some unsuspecting woman. He's gonna throw her in there.
But to answer your question, if he started asking me about a genie outfit, I would have to, enumerate him the reasons why I have, Kelpill's no pants policy. I don't wear pants, so I couldn't be a genie. I don't know if that would. If
That's
I'd
a good way to get out of it. Yeah.
yeah. It's like it's like reading the fine print.
Now, what would Jorrun do if he won the lottery? And he wins, $1 billion, and he gets like a lump sum after taxes of like $250 million. Like right there. Would he travel or no?
Well, he does want to travel, but he's scared of flying over the ocean.
Yeah, but would he travel though? I mean, no, he could have traveled if he wanted to.
Well, I don't think he could go anywhere, but at least the way that he explained stuff to me, I think he lived hand to foot or
You know what I
hand to
think he
mouth.
would do?
What?
First off, I think he would buy a convenience store so he could just go in there and get like free food all the time.
But he loves cooking in his wok.
Maybe.
I think he would get a maid.
You know what I think he would really do though is I think he would get like an album done, like it would look like a real album, and it would be like really well produced. Like he'd get a producer,
right,
and an album, and he would get an album made, and then he would like bring it to like I guess they don't have Walmarts or whatever, and like put it there like in the CD section.
Probably.
And just place them there. Yeah.
And like local, like.
And then he would get like he'd get like a football stadium, and he'd buy tickets for like 70,000 people. And then he'd get like Van Halen to be like, he'd pay them to be like his backing band or something like that. And then he would do like a 3-hour concert in front of 70,000 people.
Yeah.
I know he's paying all the audience members to be there.
I think he would get a live-in maid. And make her wear a uniform.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get like the stereotypical like Alice the maid from like the Brady Bunch. He wouldn't want that.
No, he'd have to. Well, he'd interview them for like a personal assistant.
What race would he want his maid to be?
What is catnip?
She has to be an exotic race.
What is catnip to Jorrun?
Well, Mexican women.
Right.
But maybe since he has money, maybe he'd hire like a Japanese woman, since Japanese women don't like him.
Possibly. But I think because he is insidious with this genie thing.
And he would get the genie outfit for this is your maid outfit, but it would be a genie outfit.
It would be like, you get the job if you fit in this outfit the way I want you to fit into this outfit.
How long before she quits? Or is he just going to, like, really overpay her?
Oh, she doesn't. I mean, no, because he's cheap. So I think he would do the bare minimum to get someone hired. And
Right.
I don't think she'd make it through the week. But the thing is, it wouldn't be so bad with Jorrun, because if you were actually a housekeeper, he would want you to cook, he would want you to clean, but he doesn't want sex. He's not a very, I mean, I think there's reasons why, but he's not a very sexual
he wants
being.
breasts, though.
He does want breeds. She might have to, allow him to touch the breeds. But it's like he doesn't want, sex. Like he just wants a woman he can grope occasionally. And rub her butt. I'm not answering that.
Atlantean. You check that out.
I am.
You'll soon forget that it has anything to do with JPW.
See, Marks, that's okay.
What happened?
Jorrun would play guitar. That's even better.
Wait, what?
Eddie Van Halen died.
Oh.
See, I was just thinking of what did I watch recently? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And Spicoli at the end gets a reward because he stopped a robbery, and he blows all his reward money on getting Van Halen to play at his birthday party. And it's not like Jorrun would do that. Like, he'd hire Van Halen.
Probably.
Play his concert, yeah.
He would whittle away that money very quickly, I think. With stupid stuff like that. Like, I can totally see him going to, like, a big shot, expensive rate, like,
see, somebody would
producer.
sell him, like, this is a real genie bottle with a real genie lamp. And it's going to be $50 million because this is real.
Like, there's a real gin in there?
Right, and, like, he would be like, I don't know if I really believe this, but, maybe on the off chance this guy's telling the truth, like, I'll buy it.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that would buy, like, paranormal shit off of
And then
eBay.
it wouldn't work, and he'd be like, I didn't think it would, but, I had to give it a shot.
But he'd be sad.
Yeah.
I don't want my new project to be sexy. I'll get stereotyped.
I'm not actually going to record it that way. I was just goofing. I don't want to have to recite anal rape in prison in that voice.
I approve of this kind of goofing. Ah!
Could you imagine? Oh my God.
I could, and I shoulda. Tensions were building.
I'm bad. I can be very, very bad.
Yes, and you need to be punished.
Hitchcocks. I must have been in a mood.
I rolled my eyes at that one, baby. Sorry.
No need to apologize. As I said, I was just goofing. I didn't even turn off my fan.
So I hear.
Hence all the background noise. Anywho, you want to get to bed. Dream well.
I will. Good job. Though not as good as your performance as Hannah. Cool face.
You know me. I do best when under strict instruction.
And this was just a month. This was like a month after, 5 weeks after we recorded. He's still bringing up Hannah. Ugh.
Yeah,
so
that's his perfect woman.
So I think he's saying goodnight, but I think all the drama starts, and if he'll contact me again in the middle of the night.
Yes, you flourish under a strong hand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't work too hard, ass pinch. Chat at you later.
Ouch! Sleep well. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Thanks for everything.
Poof!
Rubs the wiggling.
Hey now. No touching the wiggles.
Whispers into the bottle. Hope you are having a wonderful day, my very sexy genie, who is also such a good friend to me. My video is doing very well, and I woke up at noon, struggling with learning green screening. I might have to...
No, he's still trying to figure out the green screen.
Yeah. Well, he eventually
Wish.
did.
Well, he sorta. He didn't know
Sorta.
not to wear a green shirt.
Oh, that's advanced green screen.
hit film into a volcano. Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
Sorry, I didn't see that you signed off. I'm good. You?
I am in big
Here we
trouble.
go.
Trouble?
Oh, okay. So this
Why?
is where Now this is a few days. You guys haven't talked for a few days at this point, right?
Yeah, this is I must have included a little extra in the beginning, but yeah, this is the third right now.
Ah, okay. All right. Perfect.
I was catfished. A Twitter person pretending to be a big fan of mine.
No. What? Twitter is of the devil.
Well, Wes insisted.
Wes insisted.
Right.
Yeah.
Wes insisted I get Twitter, and immediately a huge fan catfishes me. I'm glad I got Wes to talk to on the phone.
Thank God I have people I can trust.
To post links.
Also, told me to open up my DMs. Said I'd get nudes from women's.
Well, if that was your objective,
It was.
was it?
And guys, I mean, you can validate
It
that.
was.
That was in the chat. That is not us off like ad-libbing, right? That was a line.
It's in the chat. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it?
I am shaking right now.
Calm down.
I'll send you the last message she sent me. But prepare yourself.
Prepare for what? I don't want to see her tonsils from inside out.
No, for the things she says about me.
He thinks I'm gonna be like morally destroyed if I hear someone like insulting.
Yeah. Well, he's your master, and he's gonna get insulted, and it's gonna kill you.
It's gonna kill me. It's gonna crush my little heart, my little subby
Right.
heart.
Oh, I don't know if I want to see that either.
By the way, it turns out this woman's had a dick.
Yeah, they typically do.
I'm a fucking mess right now.
And what he says to you isn't the problem.
And what I was trying, I had no idea. I hadn't seen the photos. I didn't know anything that was going on. But what I was trying to say is like they usually do have a dick. Is that it's usually a guy trolling you as a woman. Like that was where.
No,
I
I've
was
seen the photo. The photo that he got was like the top half. Looks like looks like a very pretty woman with her. I think she has her shirt up and her boobs are showing, and then she's got like a big dick coming out of her pants.
Yes.
And that just broke Jorrun's brain, I think.
It did break his brain. It did.
Had thoughts of leaving YouTube altogether.
How can he damage you? Publicly? Can he dox you?
Wes said I made a big mistake. By the way, Wes and I just had a phone call, and now he knows I am a dom, which is cool.
Why would he say that?
It's gonna come out, Wes. I'm kinky. I'm very kinky.
I'm very kinky.
Cool. What was your mistake?
Not sending dick pics, but sending a face pic.
But you show your face in your videos. What's the difference?
That was my thought process. The face pic can be used to link it to the dick pics and proof that I wrote.
The face pic connected to the dick pic.
What I
Dick pic connected to the fake coon pic.
wrote to her.
You sent both?
Yes.
Dude, honestly, I am out of my element here. I don't use Twitter. And I'm suspicious of everyone.
Nervous crying face.
And when I do share pics, it's always quid pro quo.
Except all those unsolicited stalking photos that I send out to everybody. That would be
Now,
the exception.
Mackenzie sent like 5 or 6 different pictures to
Yes.
Jorrun of 5 or 6 different
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't very.
who didn't look very much like each other.
I know the tits didn't look very much like each other.
The tits that they wrote his name between her tits. Like she was tan, like she had a bikini line, like she was tan and then had white
Right? Yeah.
bikini line, and then they said, and she was kind of like a thicker woman, and then there was the genie on the couch, who was as pasty pale as like any woman in the world, who was very very thin.
Yes.
So they were obviously different people.
Very much so. Very much so. Yes. Didn't matter to Jorrun. They were so relaxing.
Exactly.
You
get so relaxed by the breeds that you don't notice that they're different people.
right. You just are like, oh, just give me, bring on the breeds, as it were.
What did Wes advise? He's probably the most knowledgeable.
My options are either strike first, maybe a serious video, 2, do nothing, or 3, leave YouTube for a while. Just leave the channel unupdated. I'd like to send you her message or call you, whichever you can do.
Okay, send it.
By the way, this person is
What?
Yeah, don't call me, Jorrun.
Just send me
stay-
the
stay
info
in
you
chat,
need me to
please.
look at.
on YouTube as Mac and Cheese.
Oh no, mac and cheese.
Never noticed them.
I need to tell you something. There are a lot of women in the TCaP community that are broken and have suffered sexual assault in their past. This isn't the community to prey upon women and flirt with them. These women are to be respected. None of them want to fuck you, and none of them appreciate being treated like meat. They are your equals, and in many cases, they are better than you. You better
Now, what is she
believe
even
I'll
talking
be
about,
warning all
Kelpish?
What?
All women want to fuck me, number one.
Yes.
Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And women's is equal to men's? No.
Well,
They are
definitely.
all subs.
They're all subs to the great alpha Dom Jorrun with his big
Yes,
boy
and
Dom
they
pants.
all want to fuck me.
Yeah. It's inconceivable that any woman would be offended by his behavior.
all of them about you. You don't even have anything to offer. You're unfunny man with no respect for women's. You suffer from erectile dysfunction, and whatever little chub you can get doesn't amount to much. It's sad when Lon Armstrong's penis is bigger than yours. Hell, mine is bigger than yours. P.S. The biggest joke you will tell is that you're Latin. What's that thing? Psh.
So this
It's like boom, 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 boom. Like,
That's hilarious.
we should have said that he was a terrible musician. That would have really gotten him in the feels.
That would have really hurt him. Like, you can say his dick is smaller than Lauren's, but don't tell him his music is worse than Lauren's. Like, that would just kill him.
That would kill him.
this is the troll too? Perhaps a coordinated attack?
I'd like to believe this is all one person, not a fucking team.
Not a team, just two people.
Two? Like Vince and his sister?
Nah. Vince cannot write that much
He's doubling down on the Vince.
Yeah.
without serious spelling and grammatical errors. That isn't Vince.
That's very true. That's one reason I didn't believe it was him.
He just was saying it was Vince.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it isn't him.
And Vince couldn't even give zero fucks regarding women. No. You pissed off a beta white knight in the community. Perhaps two.
Who?
I don't know what, or that. Has anyone argued with you? What about the more recent stream about betas and being an alpha?
There are a lot of women in the TCaP community that are broken and have suffered sexual assault in their past. This isn't the community to prey upon women and flirt with them. These women are to be respected. None of them want to fuck you, and none of them appreciate being treated like meat. That sounds so familiar, like I've heard it before a long time.
People are always telling him that.
It's like his subconscious.
Ago.
Maybe check the comments? Yep, does. But as far as threats go, this person claims they're going to warn the community about you. Anything else? Are they asking you for anything?
I don't think anyone has argued with me. The first person I ever blocked was Tom Hunter. He said my lawn roast was unfunny a couple of times, and I blocked him. That's it. I called
Tom
the
Hunter,
person
the
a
founder
troll,
of MySpace?
and immediately
What?
Wasn't he the founder of MySpace?
Tom Hunter? I have no idea.
Wasn't that like when you joined MySpace?
Clubber said that he recognized that name and that was like a real person.
I don't know.
Under maybe that is like, maybe it's just his handle or something. But
It was Tom, because I remember I had to make a MySpace, I don't know, to get like some discount on something. Like join, like us on MySpace and you'll get like a discount. So I'm like, okay. So I made a MySpace, and then I got a friend, and I'm like, oh, I got a friend, and it was Tom Hunter,
Ooh.
who like, he friended like everybody.
Oh, yeah. Who knows?
Right? I think that was Tom Hunter. I think that was his name.
Well, Tom Hunter didn't like Jorrun's roast.
Blocked and reported them on Twitter. That was it.
Is there any way they can validate the dick pics? Actually, that doesn't matter. Think about it.
Tom
you
Anderson.
are a comedian.
Tom Anderson was the
That was the
MySpace?
MySpace guy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
West says that the dick pics with the face pic in the same convo is what damns me.
I would play it off as you were goofing on the troll as much as they were lying to you. You play a persona. I don't know what all was said, but warning the community is stupid. We already know you. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't come to your streams and watch your videos. All the women already know you are a flirt. The ones who can deal flirt back. The ones who don't. Plus, you have plenty of lady TCapists who gladly give you attention.
I pride myself on treating people by the golden rule. I pay close attention to how women respond to my flirting for several reasons.
So to me, that isn't much of a threat.
That's true. The women's are good to me, almost to the point of adoration. And I treasure them for that.
They adore him. Now, wasn't
Giggle at me.
Milena, he didn't like Milena, right? Didn't he say something he didn't like her?
No, yeah, he did not like Milena. That's actually in the next reading.
Is it?
Yeah. And she's given me permission to release that part.
And he didn't like her because he sent her quote unquote dick pics. He sent pictures of like Dick Van Dyke and stuff.
Yes.
And he's like, "Here's my dick pic, LOL."
Yes.
And she was like, "Oh, okay, ha ha ha." And then he like responded back with this big long thing, and then she never answered him again.
Yes, that is correct. That was early on.
I don't like her.
And then he's like, yeah, because in the next reading, I'm like, ooh, like, because I think Klobber went on vacation for a while, and so different people did Sundays with Cod, and Milena got a Sunday. And in the chat, I was like, ooh, Milena's just starting. And he's like, yeah,
right.
She's not my thing.
She doesn't appreciate my dick pics or my sense of humor.
That's right.
Help. They adore me like I'm a baby Jesus. They worship me.
You have a dick like a baby Jesus. Well,
Okay, that was an outtake, but funny.
well, you treasure them.
No,
It's
Tron, it
two-way
was Brian Piccolo. It was Tom Anderson and Brian Piccolo.
It was Brian Osborne?
No,
What?
Brian Piccolo.
Oh, Brian Piccolo, okay.
street. So the worst this person can do is distribute your pics.
That's true.
So I would focus on a response to that. Say they get posted in the Temple of TCaP. What are you going to do? Because the key will be a swift and comprehensive response. You can't wait a day to do research.
Fuck!
Oh no, what?
You can't wait a day to do research. That sounds bad.
Well, it's just the speed of the internet moves these days. In a few hours, people are going to spread that message.
That quote sounds so familiar, but I don't think it was ever said to me. Was it an Ember quote?
It's a Kelpie original as far as I know.
No! Ha ha! Silly sub girl. The long one I shared with you.
Oh.
There is a lot of women in the TCaP community that are broken and have suffered sexual assault in the past. This isn't the community to prey upon women and flirt with them. These women are to be respected.
He loves
Where
it.
Mackenzie totally destroys him, and now he's reading it for the third time. Like he likes it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, or
Look
maybe,
how bad she's humiliating me. Let me read it again to you.
or maybe he's trying to get me to respond more to it as well. Like you haven't, negated all of these claims enough.
Jorrun, your dick can't be that bad. Show me a picture of it.
That's what I should have done, right?
That's probably what he wants, yeah.
But, yeah, it's so tiny and cute.
None of them want to fuck you, and none of them appreciate being treated like meat.
I'm thinking, but I don't think she would catfish someone for it.
Boy, what a stew I am in. No easy answers.
Because she would get more attention as herself rather than creating a sock account.
Absolutely.
Nope, not a one.
Did he really just say, "Oh boy, what a stew I am in"?
Yes.
Oh boy, I am in such the stew, Kelpill.
Do you remember the name that we bleeped out?
I thought it was you saying Ember.
No, I'm suggesting a name. It was
Oh, I
wine.
don't remember. No.
It was Wine Lover.
Ah.
What a
I mean,
fucking
this was a long time ago, obviously.
situation. My life is wonderful in so many ways, and this shit is spoiling it.
There's always something. Seriously? You're going to take the fucking beta path?
Kisses your forehead. Never. I refuse to let you down like that.
Don't.
I wish I could have gotten him to fight.
That would have been great. Yeah.
I was really trying, but he listened to Wes.
Don't even commit that to written language. That shit has power. They don't call it spelling for nothing.
You're not wrong, but it had to come out of me.
Then write it on a piece of paper and then burn the piece of paper.
It's gone now.
Sheesh. Hasn't anyone taught you the proper arcane practices to minimize negative influence?
Nope. Maybe that's the problem.
I'm kidding, sorta.
Let me be serious for a moment and also be clear.
There are rules to this type of stuff.
I love my life. I love how much I've grown, especially since quarantine. I love that now I am an alpha. Or rather, I always was, but it was hidden and repressed, and it isn't anymore. I love that I can be me, and it feels so good. I can express myself openly. I have a number of people who respect and admire my talent and my personality and wit. I've wanted that
Who the
my
fuck
whole
talks
life,
like this?
and now
Who
I
talks like
have
this?
it.
Has anybody ever had anybody ever talk to them like this? People love me. I am talented, and everybody sees that, and I won't let you down. I will keep up with my talent, and I'm an alpha. I am an alpha. I've always was an alpha, but now I've let it come out. You know, nobody talks. It sounds like a movie.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Has anybody else ever said, "Hey, Kel, by the way, I'm an alpha"?
never.
Never. Nobody says that.
No, I mean, he said that several different times to me in this chat log. I mean, how much...
Insane.
And he just wants his ego stroked for it. Like, it's like if he says it enough, he might believe it himself.
He's like doing his daily affirmations.
He's like Stuart Smalley.
Exactly. I'm good enough. I'm strong enough. And gosh darn it, people like me.
And instead of like a poofy sweater, he has cuff jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an ill-fitting t-shirt.
Very ill-fitting. Increasingly more ill-fitting, as we have found out.
Every day, I have beautiful and sexy women tell me how great I am. This is living, but I am still shaking off the remnants of the old me. The me that got bullied, who is still a sensitive artist, who would like to be liked by everyone and hated by no one. I have to keep growing till I grow past all of that.
What?
It's insane.
It's
like,
soliloquy
you know,
right
it's
there.
insane. Like, oh, some people gave me a compliment. He's
Your
like,
little
beautiful women and sexy women.
That's
Those
right.
kinds of women.
There's-
They compliment me.
They do, Jorrun. Promise.
Wasn't that great?
I don't know if anything she said or anything I said tonight makes you think any less of me or lessens my luster, but I am so glad I have you to express these deep, dark feelings to. I really, really do.
Oh, come on. You think my opinion can be that easily swayed? And if it did, you should tell me to fuck the fuck off.
Fuck the fuck off!
That's right. Fuck the fuck off.
Hmm?
Fuck the fuck off! If you did, which of course you did not, but do you know why, Kelpie? Wait for it. Wait for it. Because you are my precious princess! Oh, God. Thank you, Long Limb.
He's... I don't even know what to say.
Oh, like that little monologue is just insane. Nobody talks like that.
I love his, but there's like 2 or 3 good monologues from him in my chat log with him.
Yeah, there's a couple, yeah.
Like the one about like not giving up on the photo manipulation.
Jorrun in his 20s would have hit away. Jorrun in his 30s would not have been, but Jorrun now, he made that photo his bitch.
That's right. It's one of my favorites.
Armstrong,
I am suddenly confused.
if you have any questions about my diatribe, please ask me now.
How long did you interact with this person?
2 days. Yesterday and today.
Dude.
2 days.
Dude, did they just send you fake pics? Oh, don't say it. They didn't send you anything.
A number of pics.
Oh, okay. All fake, I presume.
Only one I can guess.
You know how to do a reverse image search, right?
No.
The what now? People fake pictures?
He only thought one of them
Crazy.
was fake. Which one do you think he thought was fake?
The last one with the pretty, where it looks like a pretty woman and she has a dick. Like he probably thinks like, oh my god, like they photoshopped a dick on it.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's the one. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry. This means I'm not master material.
You can put a photo in Google and do this reverse image search, and it'll show you every website where that pic appears.
Put it in?
Any time someone sends you a pic, you do this. I'll show you. Just promise me, even me.
I give you my word as a dom. And
I got his word as a dom. He would
As a
reverse
dom.
image search every picture he gets from Catfish. Which, I mean, oh, God.
as your emergency backup master,
Okay, bring up Google.
done.
That isn't a thing.
Shut up. It's funny.
It is funny. In the upper right,
Of course.
Jorrun is being very alpha by allowing himself to be told how to be step-by-step
But he
instructions.
made sure to tell you that he's your emergency backup dom.
That's right.
So
It
even
is.
though you're taking over the dominant role now in the relationship, he's still letting you know, like, he's the dom.
It's like calling a little tiny dog, like, Caesar.
Right.
You know? He's my emergency backup dom, but he's sitting there taking instruction like a good boy.
Right.
do you see a link for images?
Yes.
Click on that,
Okay.
and that should take you to the Google Images search in the search bar. You should see a camera.
Yes.
Click on that.
Okay.
You should be able to take it from there.
What threw me off is she took a number of pics with my name on her body.
Easily faked. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I haven't seen the images, but there are ways to fake it.
Yep. The first pic she sent me was someone else. Grr!
Yeah, I feared that would be the case.
So one of the photos came up in the Google image search, which is interesting. So they must have been, I don't know. I haven't researched those images, but
I think they were all just taken from like a search. Like girl in genie outfit or
right. That makes sense.
stuff like that.
I haven't.
And
well, one of them
I
came
think-
up. Most of them didn't.
well, I think they would all come up if you searched long enough, except for the picture where the girl wrote her names on her boobs. Now,
Mhm.
some people say it was photoshopped, but I think it came from Fiverr, if I remember right. Somebody told me,
Okay.
and it was like, I'll write somebody's name on my boobs for $5.
Right.
Now, most likely, it's just some guy in India that was really good at Photoshop because it looked real.
Right.
But other people are like, oh, this looks like it's fake, but it looks pretty real.
I mean, it faked. I mean, it did its job. Let's just put it that way.
But if somebody's good at Photoshop, I mean, it's almost impossible to tell.
Oh yeah.
Like the Mike Manzi pictures.
Well, those are totally fake. I can tell.
Totally fake.
By
Yeah.
the pixels. I've
He
seen.
looks exactly like he looked, in the Sting.
I've seen
He
a
just
lot of
photoshopped
shots.
the Sting pictures.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised
Let's all go call his work and make him lose his job.
Wes didn't
No.
mention this.
I know. Don't do that, guys. We don't We want all of them gainfully employed.
Yeah, Wes is awesome. But I told him I was mad that he encouraged me to do this.
Gotcha.
I looked up the other picks. No matches. But that trick will be invaluable to me in the future. Thank you.
Of course. I'm glad to be of service.
You are hot rose hot.
You need to hate more. I know that isn't you.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Who and why?
But people, with few exceptions, are barely above rodents.
Fuh. I say
rat
that
mention.
with a
What?
You just mentioned rats.
I did. Is whoever the rat person was, I can't remember their name anymore.
dreamer.
Yeah.
Submissive ways of my hand in the idiosyncratic Jewish fashion
Uh-huh.
protect me against the evil eye.
And I insert many, many, many evil eye amulet warning symbols.
I love having a genie. It makes my life so much more easy.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure Major Nelson would have agreed.
Well, if she is super jealous and possessive and doesn't obey well, your life can become hell.
Revolting Jinn can be a handful.
She needs to adore you and want you to be happy and be eager to please. That's when you reach heaven.
That is Jorrun's life motto right there.
Yeah, having your own
That
genie is heaven.
that is the fetish. That is what he is chasing right there.
Yeah.
That is what I hear.
Fair. I only like handful when a woman describes her breasts as such.
Not saying.
What the fuck?
Why is he talking about breast size now?
See,
I only prefer if women come to me and their breasts are bigger than a handful or smaller, I say no thank you. I am only looking for handful sizes. Because so many breeds come my way, I have to, put a limit on it somehow.
he has to find a way to be discriminating. You know?
Right, yes. I won't accept just any breed.
Well, he kind of did. I mean, just saying.
In a word.
Only ones that would fit
yes.
perfectly in
You'll-
my manly hands.
Manly hands? Really? With the cuff
Yes.
jeans? Yeah. Ugh.
Breasts are never to be mentioned. We have discussed this.
It's not me. It's the rules.
Rules only exist to infringe on me not having any fun.
And I'm a good girl.
Now,
Pure
he's
and
whining about
driven-
being catfish for being a sex pest. And then he immediately turns it to talk about your breasts.
Yes.
And then you're like, Jorrun, we're not talking about my breasts. And he's like, goddamn rules, infringing on my fun.
That's right. It's like, mirror. Can you please just look in the mirror for like 5 seconds? But see, I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I had zero. This
Right.
is right before everything started hitting, and so he's just telling me, and I'm just giving him a pep talk. So I don't know like the extent. Like, I haven't seen the tiny PP drive. I haven't, I wasn't a part of the troll. Like, this is my own little universe, and so I didn't know how bad it got.
Right. Well, the first thing that came out was the little video, right?
Yes, and I remember watching that before
And I
it got
don't
taken
remember
down.
what was in the video. Was it just parts of the drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was parts of the mac and cheese chat.
Okay. So because it was only up for like 12 hours or something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
In snow. Anyways, you was trying to turn me to the dark side, and I interrupted you. People are almost all rodents. I should hate them, yada yada. Please continue. Usually, when people try to turn me to the dark side, they offer me something awesome.
The only thing I would offer is the absence of your concern on this issue.
Please continue.
It wouldn't have happened.
I may not agree, but everything you say I will respect. Always.
If you genuinely distrust people, you aren't going to be sending anything to anyone after only 48 hours.
Very valid point. I was thinking with my dick
That too.
and believing what I wanted to be true.
Yes.
Jeez, Somebody sell me to Brooklyn Bridge already. Yeah.
No. But, and please take this in the spirit in which it is given. Perhaps you need to acknowledge the facet of you who seeks affection.
The remaining part of me that is beta wants to blame this on Wes, but that's bullshit. I didn't do my due diligence, or rather, I did the minimum due diligence, and I paid the price.
You, at least with me, tend to downplay it in lieu of your grander creative projects. No. This isn't Wes's issue.
Could you rephrase that?
Sure. Let me think on it a bit.
Heart emojis.
Obviously, I have no idea what you discuss with other people. I would suspect that you discuss different things with different people. Topics match to personalities to some degree. With me, we focus a lot on art and the creative process and our channels.
Very true.
And relationship stuff comes up here and there. But you tend to say that it would take away your focus on the channel and your creativity, which is true. A relationship would do that big time.
Yes.
I'm just saying that this ordeal demonstrates that there is a part of you who really wants to be in a relationship. And that desire allowed you to overlook red flags.
You are right. 100%.
I don't have any advice.
Says the man who goes on to get catfished simultaneously by 3 or 4 different people.
On how to fix that.
All my cards are on the table. I'm a hopeless romantic. Had my heart broken 1 million times, but I refuse to give up. I just take long breaks.
He sounds just like Jorrun here.
Oh, yeah.
I won't learn from my mistakes because everybody loves me.
And it's their problem, not mine.
Exactly.
Wrong with that.
Every time I think heartbreak is behind me, every time I get let down again. I get to anticipate it now.
So this is going to sound weird, but humor me.
When will this one break up with me? Tomorrow? Saturday? Will it be an excuse I have heard so many times before? Or
I think that is really telling, because what it says to me is people don't last a week with Jorrun. If the 2 time-bound examples is like tomorrow or this next Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
Like most people would say, are they going to break up with me in a month or 2? Or, like whatever.
I think like he meets people, from OkCupid or wherever else he meets people.
Yes.
And they go on a date. And he thinks, okay, now we're boyfriend, girlfriend. And they're like, no. And they go on a date. And a lot of times people, after a date that doesn't go well, you don't want to be like, hey, Kelpill, we went out to dinner and, I don't like you.
Right.
And don't call me anymore. Like nobody wants to say that. So they go, oh, I had fun. I'll call you later. And then they never call.
Yes, exactly.
So he probably calls until he reaches them. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, are we breaking up? And they're like, yes, Jorrun, we're breaking up. And
then he's devastated.
Because nobody dates for you don't have a girlfriend for a week,
Why would you ever consider that a relationship?
Right, because either you like somebody or you don't. So you meet somebody and let's say you like them and they like you, you're going to date much longer than a week because you're going to both be like, everything's brand new and everything is great and everything is great. And then after you get to watch them eat for a month, then you're like, I don't like this person anymore.
Exactly.
But the first couple of weeks is always the best.
Oh, it's always the best.
It's always the best, right? So nobody dates for 4 days.
No. I mean, if you get past the first date, and you're going to plan a second date, yeah, you're at least in it for 2 weeks, at least. Probably a month.
Mm-hmm.
But not with Jorrun. I mean, and there was that other person that he said in that other reading, like, oh, I was just devastated by this breakup. And it's like, and then like, I'm like asking later, it's like, oh, we just had 1 date.
We broke up at dessert.
We broke up at the bill. She wouldn't leave a tip.
a new one.
I am distrustful of everyone. With new people, I eye them up with a sideways glance, ever suspicious. My first thought is typically,
I'm a fucking zombie who just refuses to lie down and die.
What are they trying to get from me? What's their angle? Pessimistic. So overall, I expect nothing from people. So when I meet or a Jorrun, I am amazed and delighted and feel like I just won the fucking lottery because I never expected anything good.
That sounds pretty good.
I am rarely disappointed because I never expect people to live up to my standards.
Just to keep things 100% between us, you did win the fucking lottery when you met me.
Huh. Excuse me?
Oh my God, darn.
I won the lottery when I met Jorrun.
Yeah.
I kind of did, right? I mean,
Sure.
I mean, that's why we're here today, right?
Exactly, yes. It's the best thing that ever happened to you.
The very best.
Didn't quite catch that.
I see the wisdom of keeping the expectations low to minimize disappointments. As long as you are happy to be wrong when you are wrong.
Well, that's where the learning and personal development come in. I've probably missed a lot of opportunities. I don't know.
Just to keep things 100 between us, you did win the fucking lottery when you met me. That statement is just general flexing and being an alpha. Nothing.
And he did write that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't just us like re-recording.
He's gonna alpha up after coming to you crying that he got catfish.
Thing to worry about.
I know. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of an answer.
I'm not a big fan of pessimism, but I think it's working for you.
You do you.
I know you won't give me the satisfaction. Kisses your forehead. That's why you're Kelpie.
But there are ways to utilize pessimism and suspicion to achieve positive outcomes. Kind of like when you multiply a negative number by another negative number, you get a positive one.
Yaha! You get a gold star for bringing math into this. And a trophy. Now put this on a shelf next to that best sub ever trophy I gave you last night. That's a good girl.
Okay. Are you feeling any better?
Yes. Thank you.
What are your next steps?
I still hope this shit I have to wade through isn't very deep, but I will never know what I will wake up to tomorrow. We never do.
I would recommend apologizing to Wes and asking for his insight on how to deal with the pics if they are released.
We talked on the phone before I chatted with you.
Because recommending someone to use Twitter to help their channel is standard. Okay, cool.
I wish I could tell you that either conversation sparked in my head a definitive course, but it hasn't. I am still not sure what my next move should be.
In the words of my dad, who I realize more and more each day how amazing he is, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, along with measure twice, cut once.
That's so sweet. Both of those sayings are gold, by the way.
And always make a pro versus con list when making a big decision. Those 3 things will get you through like 90% of life's challenges.
Big decisions like going MIA on YouTube and ghosting your community for an indefinite amount of time.
Pro versus con, each of them.
Yes. Oh, that Billy Ocean song I shared with you, I covered it. The video is up right now.
Oh.
Yes.
His like world is crumbling apart, and he's like, "Go check out that song I just uploaded."
Exactly. In a few days, I will put up an original song too.
Excelente.
So, I will ask you, if you were in my shoes, what would you do?
I can't answer that. I don't have all the info. And I kind of told you. I think the threat of telling the community is in reality kind of stupid and is intended for you to make a rash emotional decision and potentially look foolish.
Jorrun look foolish? Never.
No.
No.
I would focus on the risk they can actually direct toward you.
Not even sure how they would.
Which is releasing the photos, if that is something that concerns you. Then think of the ways to mitigate that risk. I wouldn't put a lot of energy into trying to find out who they are. That's just a rabbit hole to exhaust you. Unless you have something that an expert could use.
Okay, so don't try to uproot them.
Not at this time. You don't have enough info. And it'll only make you more paranoid.
True. Exhausting and time-consuming, as you said.
Yep. And consider this. The best revenge is living well. What will drive them cray-cray? You not skipping a fucking beat. Unfazed. That would infuriate them.
So, you think I should be full on steam ahead with making content?
Well, quietly, I would form a plan that you could implement if the pics are released. Because going full steam ahead might prompt them to release them.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, we don't know. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Yes. Wish I knew how to prepare and what to do, but no ideas spring forth as yet.
You need to find SMEs.
Huh?
Subject matter experts. People who have been through it.
These?
People who have been catfished?
Yeah, SMEs. Haven't you ever heard of SMEs?
No.
Subject matter experts, SMEs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just got to find people that have been catfished before they go on?
Yeah, that's right. And get there, ask them what they did. I was being a source of help.
Oh, you're doing good with... Yeah.
He should have followed me. He should have followed my
No.
advice and fought.
You're just a silly sub girl.
I am a silly sub girl.
He's not going to follow you.
Had pictures released.
Okay. I can research that. Thank you.
I hope you find your peace with all of this. I know it sucks big time.
I appreciate that. I don't know whose toes I stepped on, Kelpie. Why are they so angry and so obsessed? I just don't know. I do not deserve this at all.
That last message drips of jealousy.
Thank you for telling me that. Invaluable hearing that from a woman.
You are welcome. Now I gotta get some recording done.
Excuse me. Let me give you your due.
My get out of jail free card again.
It's such a weird thing to say that too. That felt good that you said that coming from a woman.
Right? Like, not a person. Not a real person.
No, hey, thanks for the good advice. No. For a woman, that's good advice.
Do a desirable woman's.
Why, thank you.
Get it
I'm
done.
not just a woman. I'm a desirable woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rose Hart. Thank you for being there when your friend was hystericals.
Fucking kidding me.
Oh my goodness.
Like an alpha, CPS donated $20 and gave non-sexual hugs to all of you. Back in the States safely. Thanks for the plethora of content for my travels.
Aw, CPS, it's so good. I'm glad you made it
All
home
right.
safely, and thank you.
Where were you?
I don't know. But I remember I was streaming when he was like at the airport.
Ooh.
Yeah, going to exotic places, I think.
Jorrun would be jealous. He's always wanted to travel.
He has always wanted to travel.
But what if you're over water? What would happen, though, if the plane ran out of gas over the water?
I know, that's why he was going to go to Mexico first, because he wouldn't have to travel over water.
You don't have to go over water, because from Rhode Island to Mexico, you're not going to, like, cross over the Gulf of Mexico. You would fly, like, west, to, like, maybe, like, Kansas, and then you would fly straight south.
Yes, you'd make
So
like
you wouldn't have to go over any water.
You know he would book the flight that way. You know he would. He'd end up
He'd look at
paying.
the flight map and he'd be like, oh, shit. We're going to be flying over the Gulf of Mexico? Oh, no.
That's right.
Mr. Pilot, please. I have a suggestion for you.
And Schrodinger's garage makes a good point. Think of all that recycled air-conditioned air. He would just melt and be
Can I open a window, please? It's quite stuffy in here.
That's right. Chupa Grandson says that he's traveling to your house for non-sexual hugs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There was something in that
There's
hay.
Pretty sub little lady. We're flight attendants, sir. Yeah, whatever. How about getting me a steak sandwich?
God forbid if any of them have like high ponies,
Oh my God.
Why are you here? Did your magic carpet like break or something?
Do I get 3 wishes now or after we reach cruising altitude?
I am not a member of the Mile High Club, so if you would be willing, I will meet you in the John in 30 seconds.
Oh my god. Ew.
I don't know. I don't question my intuition. I just follow it.
Women's intuition or genie intuition? Which is it?
Sub-intuition.
Well played. I love you. Never forget that.
Never ever.
Oh my god, he dropped the L word. God damn it.
Rose heart kiss.
You'll get through this. I promise.
I'll hold you to that. I am a bastard in that way.
As you should. I don't make a promise I can't keep.
I release my cover on all 3 platforms. If I wake up to shit, at least I will also wake up to praise.
See? There you go.
I'm smart. Have fun. Get it done. I'll keep you updated.
Good. I expect to be. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Poof.
Bye, corks.
He
14
corks the
hours.
bottle?
He corks my bottle, yeah, at night.
God. And again, he's bitching about the recycled air. Now he's corking your bottle.
That's right. He doesn't want me to have fresh air. I just get to stick
fucked
in.
up.
I'm in the bottle all fucking night.
Exactly.
Hours later. Well, the troll is going full force, leaving warning messages on other people's channels, and did a shitty expose video on me. This is worse than I thought it would be. Friends are turning out to support me, though. July 8th. I'm so sorry. I have been a huge asshole, and I have betrayed the whole community. I won't blame you if you decide to never speak to me again. I have found myself a counselor and have sent him the necessary documentation, and I am waiting to hear back from him. I want desperately to change. The end. ?
This concludes the Jorrun saga.
Yeah, but there's more from earlier.
Oh, there's a lot more.
All right.
Yeah.
What would you give yourself, Kelpill, on that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh God. I would give myself, just like Jorrun, an 8 out of 10.
What would make it a 10 out of 10?
I'm not answering that question.
Oh.
If I had a better reading partner.
Oh,
See what I did there? Oh, I know.
Ouch.
So spicy. What?
Did I ever tell you about my worst experience on an airplane?
No, but before we get there, I would like to know what you'd give yourself on the reading of the chat.
10. Every single one is a 10. I mean, what are you talking about?
Every
It
single one.
was extremely alpha.
Yeah.
I had not only beautiful women told me it was good, but sexy women told me it was good.
And what was the status of the big boy Dom pants? Were you always wearing them when we did the recordings?
No, I'm like you. I'm pantless.
You're pantless.
Yeah.
You have a no pants policy too?
No pants. Yeah.
Oh my God. I had no idea we were.
I dress like Porky Pig. I just wear a shirt and then no pants or shoes.
I bet your workmates love that.
They're used to it.
They're used to it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you get like special compensation? Like, did you have to file like a Title VII type
Yeah,
of thing?
it's just a religious thing. It's my religion. It's against pants for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me. I mean, you can't eat meat on Friday. I can't wear pants.
It's like...
What's weirder, really?
I know, right? Like, yeah, that's a good argument for anyone who wants to follow, that religion and not wear pants to work. Or
Right.
no,
You can't eat shellfish, and I can't wear pants.
It's
Okay.
logic, steel logic. So tell me about
you
your
can't say
worst.
onward. Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, I've had somewhere you're stuck on the plane and it's hot. There's a baby crying and all that stuff. But I was flying once by myself, and I think I was zoning out. Like I'm listening to music and kind of like half awake. And I'm sitting next to this guy, and I felt something like on my butt, like he's digging, like he's like squeezing my butt.
What?
And I'm sitting down, yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of like jump up, like what the fuck? Like why are you molesting me?
and I kind of like sit up and turn towards him, and he reaches like on my seat and he grabbed a peanut, and he says thanks, and then he ate the peanut.
No.
And I realized what he did was he was eating peanuts and he dropped one, and it like fell and rolled like underneath me. So he wasn't molesting me; he was just going after this peanut.
You gotta let the peanut go at that point.
At that point, you let the peanut go. Yeah. So I didn't want to argue because anybody that would eat a peanut out of a stranger's butt is like fucked up. So I was like, okay, all right, enjoy the peanut.
Once the peanut becomes warmed by your body heat, it is ritually dishonored.
Exactly. No, not to him. He was going after that peanut.
He was. I mean, you only
and not
get
even like, hey, excuse me, can you sit up for a minute? I dropped the peanut. Nah, he didn't even care for that. He just started digging his hand underneath me.
Oh man. Well, you don't get a lot of peanuts,
You know.
Was it the honey roasted kind? Because those are pretty good.
I don't remember the flavor of the peanut. But I just thought, man, this guy must be fucked up to want to do that, or really hungry.
Or maybe he liked you.
No, because he didn't squeeze before or after, only when there was a peanut.
Well, maybe he got shot.
He didn't like me. He liked the peanut. I don't have delusions of grandeur. He would have gone after anybody for that peanut.
Oh my goodness. Well, how have you enjoyed this July? As we are we've only got a day left. 2 days left, I guess.
That's true.
I mean, this has been quite a July.
Right, we did get some new Jorrun content at the beginning of the month.
Yes.
We got some singing.
We did.
We got a little glimpse of that other catfish that happened last year.
Yes.
And hopefully that comes out soon. That looks interesting.
That looks very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of great new content from like Weird Versions and Slothcat and...
Oh yeah, those guys have been killing it.
They've been so... Oh my
both
goodness.
Of them.
Mike Pence is here. Hello, Mike Pence.
Mike Pence is here.
Yeah. When are you going to do some more Popovich? Whatever. And then Tron came out with his Geography 101, which was a great...
That was pretty good. Yep, I like that. I listened to that. That was good.
That's a good thing to send people who are just getting into Jorrun. So, lots of good stuff. Lots of streams.
Pence pretty much did create geography. Not even kidding here.
He really did.
Because there was, the Jorrun stuff happened, and then there was, like, one of the phone calls. I think I had it on my channel for a couple days, and I was like, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable with this up here. And then I think Pence went through, like, Jorrun's channel and just started, like, watching it and commenting on it.
Yeah.
Because this was before the Alpha Male Derek Research Department started doing stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think he did a stream with Clobber soon after, but I remember it was just him at first.
Right, Pence was the first one that kind of replayed the Jorrun stuff for fun.
Mm-hmm. And to really point out all the craziness, that was kind of within his content. And how cringy and problematic a lot of it was.
Yeah.
And then once we were able to correlate things with the tiny PP drive, then it was all over.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated the roast for being really bad when it came out.
I legit loved Bunky's rap from the first time Jorrun shared it with me.
Bunky's rap wasn't bad. Like, Bunky's rap was kind of funny. And it was short and cute and kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have no problem with Bunky's rap. That was okay.
And Sign My Kinky Contract was good.
See, I don't think I ever saw that. Or if I did, I forgot it.
Yeah.
But the roast was just so bad. Like, I would watch that one and be like, this is just bad. But the other stuff I didn't really pay attention to, or his singing, I didn't really, goof on that.
No.
I kind of, ignored it.
I think I would actually go to, like, 1 out of 7 song links he would give me to his music.
Right. But his streams are my favorite.
Oh,
I think the only stream I watched at the time was the Kennedy stream.
Yes, I remember.
Right, because I was a big fan of Kennedy.
Yes.
And then the second stream he's supposed to do with Kennedy, and
and that he ends up doing with Chef because Kenny didn't show up.
Yes.
And you can hear him in there. He's like, "Oh, hi, Joey." He's like, "Oh no, Kennedy can't make it." Yep, yeah, Chef's gonna be the permanent, co-host. Oh, okay. Good night, Joey. So I'm in there like 20 minutes waiting. Like, where's Kennedy?
I remember
he didn't show up.
You were messaging me because you thought maybe he would have like told me.
I was not happy. Yeah.
And you're like, "Where's Kennedy?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know."
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining me for this. The last chat I had with Jorrun. And thank you for being the continuous voice of Jorrun for my chat log. I very, very much appreciate it.
You got to write more because, this is kind of my bread and butter here. I got to, keep doing it. Get those paychecks.
I'll write the sequel to the chat log. It'll be like a bizarro universe where I'll have black little goatees. Just like in Star Trek.
Right, Pence knows sprickets, right? Spider crickets?
Is he like going back in the stream? Like,
he must be going back in the stream.
My God.
He's talking about sprickets. Yeah. Pence, we're like 2 hours past that, dude.
Oh, but you've got all that.
Dude, they are. You could get, because you go down, you turn on the light in the basement, right? And you see like 6 or 8 of them spread out, and then they start jumping in a panic.
Oh, yeah, we don't get
they jump like grasshoppers. Like, think they'll jump as like high and far as a grasshopper will jump.
Well, yeah, because they have those like bent legs because they look like spiders.
Right, but they look like creepy spiders. Yeah. And they don't bite or anything like that. They can't hurt you, but they're terrifying.
You know what the weirdest sensation I've ever felt is when my giant African millipede would it would smell like cucumber on my fingertips, and when I'd let it crawl all over me, it would try to like bite my finger.
I've felt lots of odd things in my lifetime, Joseph, but when my pet millipede licks cucumber juice off my fingertips, it is a unique sensation.
It is. It really was.
Not unpleasant, but unique.
It wasn't unpleasant. You're correct, Kelpill. But you know what? My giant African millipede, who I named Sargon, by the way, he would try to like eat my finger because it smelled like a cucumber and he loved cucumbers. But then when I got all of my Madagascar fire millipedes and I'd let them crawl all over me,
right?
They were.
Why are you letting bugs crawl over you? What's going on here?
What do you mean? They're my pets.
Who
Who
would win, Superman or Hercules? Let's get to the real important issues. Now, I'm not a Hercules expert.
Hercules wasn't a full god. And
Superman can fly.
Yeah. And he has
lasers
eye vision
out of his eyes.
Yeah, he would win.
Right.
I mean, even I know that.
Now, what about Superman versus the Hulk? The Hulk can basically fly because he can jump incredibly high and far. And the Hulk can regenerate himself. So you could cut off like the Hulk's head and it would just pop right back.
Would it though? The head? I don't know my Hulk taxonomy.
The Hulk was created like in a government lab. And he's like the ultimate human.
Everyone
and he can
in chat
regenerate.
Is saying Superman would win.
Yeah, but see, the Hulk doesn't have a kryptonite. Like the Hulk could get some kryptonite and then Superman's a goner.
He could get a lot of kryptonite.
I whooped Batman's ass. I whooped Batman's ass.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Wesley Willis.
Who's that?
Wesley Willis was known as a retarded rapper, but he wasn't retarded. He was schizophrenic. And in the 80s in Chicago,
yeah, he
would stand like on the street corner and just yell really bad obscenities, like really nasty shit at the top of his lungs.
Okay.
He did this because it would scare the demons away.
Oh, it wasn't like Tourette's or something.
So he had schizophrenia, and he came up with his own solution, which was to get really vulgar and loud, and that would scare the demons out of his head. So this punk band saw him, and just like, like Timmy in the South Park, they made their band with him as the singer, where they would play music, and he would just yell obscenities. And it was called the Wesley Willis Experience.
I had no idea.
But then Wesley... Hang on, I get another... Hang on a second. But then Wesley went out on his own, and he got a Casio keyboard, and he wrote his own songs, and he wrote hundreds of songs on the same kind of like verses, and then at the end there was always a little jingle, like
jingle.
Wheaties, the breakfast of champions.
Okay.
You know, would be the like the final thing he would say in all the songs.
Wow.
And Rock and Roll McDonald's was his most famous.
Rock and Roll McDonald's.
Rock and Roll McDonald's, yep. But he also sung My Mama Smokes Crack Rocks.
Was it
I
autobiographical?
Whoop Batman's Ass. What else? What else did he sing? Does anybody know?
Rock Over London, Rock Out Chicago.
Rock Over London, Rock On Chicago. Wheaties, the breakfast of champions.
Interesting. Well, it is getting late. I know there are other streams. I believe the Large Father Tron is streaming in about 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Tron, go ahead and put the link to your stream in the chat before we close it up.
What is Tron streaming about?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tron. I believe it is Travis Fowler.
You know, Tron's never invited me onto one of his streams. I don't know what I've ever done to him, but he doesn't like me.
He doesn't, I don't know. I mean, you know a lot about Travis. You love his music.
I do love his music.
And his dog videos.
He's got a lot of dogs, a lot of chihuahuas.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe Tron will invite you someday if you're a good...
Maybe one day. Yeah,
maybe one day. Yeah.
I'll let him keep playing the judge, and maybe one day he'll let me come on his stream.
That is true. Like, you have given him
It's kind of a one-sided friendship.
It is. It really kind of is.
And what did Derek Jeter just say in his little documentary?
I have no idea. Didn't watch it.
Derek Jeter, he was number 2 in your scorebook and number 1 in your heart. He said loyalty, one-way loyalty is stupidity.
That is wow. I'm going to have to meditate on that.
Yep.
Cogitate.
Yep.
Cogitate on it even.
Cogitate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Well, think about the word cognition.
Jeter also said, yeah, Jeets, which is true.
He did say that?
He did.
What does that mean?
Supposedly, there's no proof of this, but, he was a good-looking single athlete in New York City, so he had a lot of silly sub girls come and visit him.
Oh, the silly sub girl brigade.
And
I see.
Supposedly, they would, give him oral pleasures as he, would sit back, put his arms behind his head, and cheer himself on with, yeah, Jeets. And then,
oh my God.
in the morning, he wouldn't be there, but they would have a limo driver willing to take them home, and in the limo would be a gift basket, complete with an autographed picture and autographed baseballs.
That's that's a decent exchange, I guess.
Sure.
At least you get a ride home. You don't have to take,
At
get your
night,
own
you
fucking
get
Uber.
balls on your chin, and in the morning, you get balls in a basket.
Autographed, though.
Autographed, yeah.
I mean, you can sell those, I would imagine.
Sure.
I mean, I guess that's what I would do. Although I don't even know who this person is, so I don't even know if I would. Anyway, I'm not even going to go there. Thank you, everyone, for showing up and having fun. And don't think I didn't see all of those comments about the Mesopotamian rat god. I'll be addressing those at a Insomnia stream coming soon. Just you wait.
Oh yeah, Marks, he died. Wesley Willis died a while back. I don't remember the details. I don't remember when, but it was a while ago.
What? Was that?
Wesley Willis.
Oh, we're back to Wesley Willis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, do you have any final words?
No, Joe DiMaggio was the end. You know who Joe DiMaggio was, though. I bet one baseball player you know is Joe DiMaggio.
Yes, I know many. Okay. I know Ty Cobb.
Right. Okay.
I know Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. Look at that.
Daryl Strawberry.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's all.
Right.
But oh no, he was a basketball player. Never mind. Yeah, I know
Remember
those.
the baseball card I tried to get Warren to get a whole bunch of?
I
From
don't
his,
remember.
sports card
I
business.
don't remember the name, but I know. Oh, Babe
It was
Ruth. I know Babe
Chad
Ruth.
Curtis.
Chad Curtis, because he was a convicted for doing bad stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I think he just got out recently too.
Oh, good for him. I
Yeah,
hope he changes
think
his
so.
life. Heart attack.
Who, Wesley Willis, heart attack?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
He
I
used to be
mean,
fairly old.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about him.
But he thought of himself as a very serious musician. He made his own music.
Just
And he had his Casio keyboard that he, and he would play it and he would sing his songs. And he sold albums. And I think he also did the album art too, if I remember correctly.
Oh, was it really crappy, like clip art, like that, like you'd see in
No,
the
it was like
signs?
crappy drawings.
Oh, crappy drawings. Oh yeah, I know Pete Rose too. I do know Pete Rose. I think he got a bad rap. Sort of, maybe. I don't know. It seemed like a harsh punishment.
Right.
But I don't really know the situation.
He wasn't.
very
He
well.
agreed to that, for a lifetime ban in lieu of being investigated.
Oh, then he must have had other shit that would have been bad.
Well, he also had a very young girlfriend that he couldn't let her go on road trips with him because it would be trafficking an underage girl out of state.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
He denies that though.
Oh, he denies that.
Right.
Praise the rat god. Thank you, Omega Aber. Thank you for choosing chaos.
All right, I'll let you go.
Oh, you're dismissing me?
You're dismissed, silly sub girl.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. This has been an amazing July. Yeah. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening and namaste.